once again in Succor Creek, this time in one of the amazing rhyolite volcanic rocks to collect something called the Thunderegg. Except here, in this wonderful little cave, those structures, the spherules, are little tiny micro-eggs. So as a tiny sediment,
let me just light that up.
We're going to collect micro-eggs. Ocean Mr. Cameraman over here. In this sacred cave in Succor Creek State Park. It's a beautiful cave that we've been up to many times. This is also a Lammas or Lugnasa harvest celebration for us to come meditate together in the cave quietly about the ending of summer, the ripening of summer, the ripening of fruit. And that's what this time is all about. The sun has now given up its full luminosity to the earth, and the gardens have flourished, and the farms have flourished, and the food is flourishing, and the cornucopia is bursting. The Greek goddess Demeter has enjoyed her time of not moping around, but now the sun is going away, and everything begins to winter down as the fall occurs. And of course, Persephone, Demeter's daughter, is now in the underworld, and Demeter's sad about that. But what this story, I think, means to me here in this context is beginnings and endings, which is something always must end for something else to begin, like the fall. For the fall to begin and the winter to begin and the harvest to begin, the summer must end at this time, and the sun must go down and begin to rest. And so beginnings and endings, of moving to new locations, of visiting new places, of doing new things, all must come from ending, in some case, other things. So we're here to collect these little thunder babies. It's been on our mind for quite some time. We've tried before to come
it's
here.
Not mine.
Well, Neva's. Neva and I. Well, my mind. How about that? And it's a nice August day for it today to come have a little ritualistic celebration, collecting some sacred sentiment from a sacred site, sacred to us and our family, that is. And enjoy the time with this magical earth. Thanks. So these thunder babies, as we're calling them, the Thundereggs, which are a much larger piece. So here's an actual chunk of a Thunderegg that has the rhyolite around the outside, and then this cavity filling, this round cavity.
Kind of shadowed. Can you put it in?
Oh yeah, maybe in the.
Yeah, kind
of. The Thundereggs are, not only are they the Oregon State Rock, which is really cool. In 1963, the Senate Joint Committee passed a bill saying that we have a state rock. Oregon has a state rock, and it's right here in eastern Oregon. And there's other places as well to get the Thunderegg, but this is one of the best locations. Of course, Nyssa, the town, the gateway to this area, is known as the Thunderegg capital of the world. But I really wanted to share the story more of, or at least what I know of the legend of the Thunderegg, the kind of more mythical story of this sediment, and how, and why I call them thunder babies, and how this still means beginnings and endings, is they're the legends, and I imagine that, Paiutes, some of this comes from the Paiute Nation. There's legend about deities, hill and mountain deities or rock deities, or I think there's a thunder sky god involved in this, but that are battling or warring and are actually throwing these eggs at one another, I think, in war, or else seeding the earth with these Thundereggs. And those are, every egg is some sort of beginning. And so with the seed of an egg also is sown, or the harvesting of an egg, a seed, is also, which is the ending of something, is the preparation for the future, the new beginnings, setting the steps for the new beginnings of things. So this is that's sort of the legend of the Thunderegg, a little bit about Succor Creek Thundereggs, and a little bit about this magical Earth's little thunder babies sediment from here. So being that this is also a state park, it's really good and encouraged kind of to collect here, being it's a Thunderegg capital of the world. It's a recreational activity. And this cave actually is mostly anthropogenic. I imagine there's some, maybe small amounts of, of natural formation that are here. But this is a place where people have come to get Thundereggs for decades and decades and decades, since before this law was enacted and it became the state rock. So people have been, right? Yeah, so this is not, again, with all of our sediments, respectful collection, we're not taking stuff from some, sacred outcrop that's sacred to some specific religion, some tribe, some person, some entity, other than ourselves and the geologic resources, the geologic stories that are out here that I like to share with these unique sediments. So this is an anthropogenic formation, this cave, and all of these spherules all over that are just washing down the edge here. And so what we're doing here is collecting really things that are wastes of this larger anthropogenic Thunderegg rockhounding type of process. And that's one of the things I really enjoy about our style of respectful collection, is that we aim almost always for sediments that are already eroding out of outcrop. So nature has done all of the winnowing and all of the working for us, right? It's the nature, the natural story, whether this is the Thunderegg deities or the spherules and rhyolite. It's the stories that we're after, and it's natural stories. So getting raw stone where nature has done all of this amazing work to bring this really neat sediment is what we're here to honor. So we try to make and process as least of it as we can ourselves, right? And let nature process. But anyway, all right, we better get to collecting some more. Who does the cut scissors?
Cut.
Cut. Nice.